Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport have loaned me the 2021 edition of the Mercedes-Benz E450 4MATIC. Of course, 4MATIC meaning this is an all-wheel drive model, and it does have the AMG styling. And for 2021, speaking of styling, as you can see, if this is a vehicle you're familiar with, it does have a refresh for the exterior. And for those who might say, that's not a 2021, because sometimes I'll get that in my videos, well, let's just take a look at the sticker. There you go, guys. It is a 2021 model, as you can see. And we'll take a quick look at the interior just real fast here. You don't have a panoramic sunroof, just the standard size, but not a big deal. Two 12.3-inch screens. Of course, it is the MBUX system, so the latest from Mercedes-Benz user experience. And we'll take a look at exactly what that means as we do our interior tour in just a few minutes. All of the lights on this model are LED front and rear. I'll give you a good look at the front grille and just the overall lines of the vehicle. Very, very nice looking. It looks not only racy, but elegant at the same time, especially with the black exterior color on this model. And of course, the chrome just helps to set that off that much more. But one of my favorite features here on this particular model is what's under the hood. This is the 362 horsepower, 3-liter turbocharged 6-cylinder engine that powers this machine. And it's definitely a lot of fun to drive. When you drop the hammer in Sport Plus mode, it definitely gets down the road without a problem. Actually plant you back in the seat just a little bit. And we'll show that on the test drive in just a little while. And if you're looking for something that not only has good horsepower but great gas mileage, this model definitely has that. And there are multiple driving modes that, again, we'll take a look at in just a couple of minutes when we hop into the interior and look at the MBUX system. And since it's overcast today, I'm going to take full advantage of that. We're going to turn on the hazard lights and the LED headlights. Just do a quick walk around so you can see exactly what those look like when they are turned on. We'll also take a quick look at the rear LED taillights. Very nicely designed, as you can see. Just seem to be the perfect size for this particular model. And as we take a look at the rear of the vehicle, of course, you're going to have the exhaust finishers down there. But since we have a powerful motor under the hood, why don't we give a quick little exhaust clip. And as we're working our way to the rear cargo area, I will list the safety features available with this model on the screen, which are plentiful. And as always, guys, there's a link down in the description of the video, because I'm not going to list everything there. We're not going to talk about everything on this vehicle, but remember, there's always a link down in the description of the video for this vehicle on the Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport website. And as you can see, here is your available cargo space. And if you want to maximize that cargo space, I'll just do this on one side, but you have two releases here for the rear seats. I'll show you how that works. Let your seats down right there. And as you can see, beyond being able to let those seats down, the 60-40 split rear seats, you also have a pass-through right here. You can lower down that middle seat right there. And by the way, this is a 3-passenger rear seat. As you can see, the 3 seat belts right there. And of course, the trunk is fully powered, as you can open and or close that without much effort. Hit the button right there. As we work our way into the back seat, we'll take a quick look here at the door panels for your rear doors. Of course, everything very high-end, very nice materials, kind of pretty soft armrest right there. Matte pockets on the back of each seat, and I did show you that you have the pass-through here, but you also have the armrest with cup holders built in. They're just concealed away right there, but you also have some storage right here in the center. If you climb into the back seat, you can see that it looks like there's not a lot of room back here, but this passenger seat is very far back. So quite a bit of space. Of course, you do have a good view back here of the sunroof. You've got your dual air conditioning vents, and of course you have your 12-volt power outlet right there. No USB back here, but nothing that an adapter can't fix, that's for sure. And just a quick look at the front seat as we get ready to move into the front seat and take a look at all of the features you can find there. A very comfortable interior and quite spacious as well. And before we move into the front seat, guys, just wanted to give you a quick look at the remote that's going to come with the vehicle. Again, a very nice and elegant looking remote. And like I said, you've got a button here for opening the rear trunk from the driver's compartment if you want to. Very nice sized door bins with a fairly large holder there for a bottle or cup, whatever you want to put in there. Of course, you have seat memory. You have all of the seat adjustments right there. And you do have heated seats and all of the typical controls you would expect to see. Of course, there's the control for your headlights. You do have a power steering wheel, fully adjustable. It's adjustable tilt and telescopic. That is the lever you're going to use to adjust everything, and we'll hop inside here. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hit the start button here, start the engine up, get everything up and running here so you can take a look at what we have. Again, two 12.3-inch screens, and if you aren't familiar with the MBUX or Mercedes-Benz user experience, that is the screen right here. Something new. It is a touch screen. And if you don't want to use that option, of course, you still have the trackpad right here, everything that works just as what we've seen in the past, and several different options here. This is how you're going to toggle between modes, and like I said, you've got several different modes here. We'll take a look at what they are and what the screen looks like when you toggle between modes: Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus, also individual, and I'll show you how to configure that in just a minute. But just a quick look at what you have here. Of course, you can change the look of the dashboard. You do have adaptive cruise control, all the typical features you might expect here, and probably some you don't. And I like the size of the shifter paddles. I've found that those are a lot easier to use than I've found in some other models of vehicles. Very, very impressed with that. Good, comfortable, leather-wrapped steering wheel. And when you hit home right here, we're going to go to home and just navigate our way around. Now, you don't have the pads that you normally would, that you might be used to seeing that look like the mini trackpad, but here's what we're doing. It still works the same way, it just looks a little bit different. And as I said, you can go in and change the look of the instrument cluster to whatever you want, depending on your personal preference. Quite a few options there. Not going to cover everything, but we'll just look at some of our other options here. And as you can see, even though that doesn't look like the same trackpad we normally see, or the little kind of mini trackpad as I like to call it, you still have the same functionality here on the steering wheel. You can see what I'm doing right there. It's located in the same place, but just a bit of a different design and feel, but it works just as well. Of course, dual zone climate control. And today, you can see, because it's overcast, without us having to go inside, of course, you've got the ambient lighting here in the interior, and I'll show you again how to adjust that in just a minute. Dual zone climate control. Of course, you've got your USB port right there. I do have a cigarette lighter here and an ashtray, if that's something you wish to take advantage of right there. Beverage holders. And of course, we'll pull all of this out of here so you can see down into the center console right there with the bomb bay doors. And there is another USB port right there. So a couple of USB ports located here in the interior. We'll open the glove box here. Pretty deep glove box, got plenty of room in there. From my position here in the driver's seat, I can't even reach that, or all the way to the back. It is sprinkling outside a little bit, but I'll show you what the sunroof looks like from this vantage point. And when it comes to what you have here on the infotainment screen with the MBUX system, navigation, radio, of course the phone you saw earlier, media, comfort, and you can go in and make several changes here, of course, with seat options. You've got seat heating balance even, or if you want to reset what you've done, you can also do that. And we'll go over a little bit further here, of course, Mercedes Me and apps. Just show you what's there in this particular model. And settings for the vehicle, there is a lot here, depending on what you want to change. We'll go up here to assistance, just show you what's there. You've got your cameras and parking, which, by the way, this model does have active park assist, which is activated by this button right here. You push that and you're going to receive instructions on the screen. I actually have a full tutorial on how that works if that's something you want to know about. Also, vehicle and dynamic select. This is how you're going to set up individual configuration, as I mentioned earlier. So here's what it boils down to. You might want to use Sport Plus for the drive mode and maybe Sport for the steering. But as far as the ride quality goes, you might want to leave that in comfort. So you have quite a few nice options there depending on what you want to do. And I apologize for getting my finger in the screen right there, guys. I don't mean to bother anyone. It's just a little bit easier that way. I really like that with this system, the MBUX system. And as far as your ambient lighting, here's something that's going to be nice. We can actually adjust the brightness, and as you can see, that's brighter than it was previously. Now we'll go back, and we're going to go over here to color. And you have several different options that you can choose from. If you want to just choose in that respect, that's not showing up quite as well as it was before. Fire red, let's see how that does. It seems that the blues and the purples show up better than any other color in these vehicles when you're at least outside. And of course, multicolor right here, basically, here's your 64 different colors you can choose from. Basically, you just work your way around there on the color selector and choose whatever it is you'd like to have. A very simple system to learn. If this is something you've never had before in one of your Mercedes-Benz vehicles, or any vehicle for that matter, don't let it scare you off. It's very easy to use and very simple to learn. Of course, you do have other options down here. You can control the radio volume right there, and this is where I was toggling between the different driving modes. As you can see, that's what I was doing right there. And of course, I showed you the park assist button, which is right here actually. And if you want to turn the auto stop start feature on or off, that's how you do that, depending on what your personal preferences are. Overall, a very nice interior, very comfortable seating, a little bit of bolstering here. This isn't really meant to be an ultra high performance car, but there is some bolstering there if you want to take advantage of the performance and capabilities of this car, and it's not lacking in that area at all. Okay guys, we're gonna hop out on the road for our test drive here and just see how the E450 handles. I already know from having previously driven in comfort mode that this is a very comfortable vehicle. It has the latest technology, and I'm going to get up to one of the red lights here on our way back to the dealership and show you the red light camera, or the traffic camera, that you have built into the vehicle. Now, this doesn't have the dash cam option, but for those that do, I actually have a tutorial on that as well that should be available here on my channel. But one of the advantages to this being a 4MATIC is that you can hit the gas pedal when the roads are a little bit wet like it is right now, and the car is going to get down the road absolutely no problem. Don't want to go too fast right through here because there's a street right there. I would not want to have to turn right or left off of that street, because I tell you what, people coming around that corner back there make it kind of interesting. And sorry about having to run the windshield wipers, guys. It's sprinkling just a little bit, but I think we're about to drive out of this minor little issue with that. And we'll get out here now. We can get out here and go just a little bit. Handling is excellent. And of course, everything is set for my personal desires as far as dynamic select goes to its most aggressive setting for performance. And I just love the fact that even though I have the dampening set to more of an aggressive setting so that the car handles as well as possible, the ride is still very comfortable. It doesn't make it real rigid. That's always a good thing. And of course, everything is customizable. I've made a few changes here on the instrument cluster, and like I showed you earlier, you have multiple options as far as what you can do with that, depending on your taste and your desires. Very, very nice to have such great customizability built into this Mercedes model. And it even goes down to each gauge on each side as far as where the speedometer is and where the tachometer would normally be on the right hand side there. You can go over there and change everything Very easy to do. Of course, we've shown how to do that in multiple videos in the past, so I'm not going to go into great detail about that. But as we cruise through the corner here, the cornering is very good on this model, and I'm not going all that fast, of course, because I have a couple of vehicles in front of me here. But I can tell you from what I did earlier, the handling is superb. Of course, what you would expect with a 4MATIC model such as this. And just the overall driving experience is very enjoyable. I just enjoy driving this car. The E450 is ultra comfortable, and just the seats, the materials, everything is not only luxurious, it looks great, but it also feels great. And of course, you do have the heated seats, as we looked at earlier. Today, maybe in a little while, once it warms up a little bit more, you might want to have cooled seats. And as we pull up to the light here, guys, I just want to give you a quick view of your traffic camera. We'll stop here, let that come on, and there you go. Just so you can see, very high resolution. Is going to use your front camera just to show you what's going on in front of you. And of course, you do have the rear camera as well. But just another one of the great features of this particular model. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because I've got a whole lot more like this coming. I appreciate my friends at Mercedes-Benz of Shreveport for loaning me this E450 for the day, and all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.